What's up, guys? Thanks for joining us today. We're on episode 12 of Solomon Hustles. We've got a very special guest, one of the top real estate investors in this side of Ohio, Clay Chester. This man has done a little bit of everything, and he's done rentals, flips, new builds. He's got an incredible business. He's a hustler, and this podcast is intended for real estate investors and for people that are looking to level up. So we're really glad to have you on today, Clay.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
And it's a treat for sure. So hope you guys get a lot of value from this. So we thought we could just jump in. We'll try to keep this short, but we wanted to pick your brain as far as the market, as far as real estate, and as far as what people can do to level up. You know, living in the greatest country in the world here. So maybe you can tell us a little bit when you were getting started, little itty bitty kid, how you were able to amass the empire that you got today.
For sure. I started in a couple other businesses that led me to real estate. Life gave me lemons when I was about 14, so I started making lemonade and started in the fair circuit, the carnival business, worked that into manufacturing, and started building carnival concession trailers. And everything was going good. They're both great businesses. And I wanted a little side hustle, and I'd kind of dabbled into real estate in the past, and I just could never wrap my head around, spending $20 or $30 or $40,000 to get $500 or $600 in rent. I could just never see that, because it just didn't make number sense for me at the time. And then as things went on, and I started looking not at the single units, but I started thinking, okay, well, what if I had 5? What if I had 10? And that $500 or $600 a month coming in as rent, that turns into $5,000 or $6,000. And then, so it started off as just a side hustle that I felt if you got past that initial 5 or 6 or, work your way up, the numbers start to get real, and things changed. I found a new passion, and you always hit goals that you're trying to meet, and more of a waypoint. So you get to a certain point, and then the goal's the next destination. So you get 5, and then you get 10, and then you want 20 and 50, and things just kind of keep progressing. So
yeah. How old were you when you got your first place?
I'm sorry?
How old were you when you first got your house? First house?
So my first investment property, it's been about 5 years. So I was 30 years old. I started a local realtor in town, Linda Stiegel. I called her up, and I'm like, look, I think I want to throw some money in. So we bought like a 10-pack of houses, and then, things just started progressing. I was buying with cash. We were doing the complete BRRRR method, rehabbing them, renting them, and then going in and refinancing after the seasonings, with some local banks in town, and just pulling the money out and, doing it all over again. So it's been a fun 5 years. It's addicting. It's definitely a great business that, it's fun. Everybody in it. I mean, all the way down the line from the people you're buying the houses with to the people that, the banks that you're dealing with other real estate investors like yourself. I mean, everybody in this game is so, it's a big web of knowledge that everybody works together, which isn't normal in most businesses. It's kind of sneaky and shady. And there's still a little bit of that goes on, but for the most part, everybody rises together in this business, which it's awesome.
Yeah, Clay. I mean, so to touch on that, is that what you think helped make you so successful in all your ventures, whether that be the real estate, the developing, in the food truck industry? Do you think that everything you just touched on is what helped you be successful, or was there more to it behind that?
Yeah, definitely teaming up, working with good quality people helps, tremendously. When in the manufacturing that we did, we teamed up with a local company in town, Fire and Marine, and they are the best at what they do. And, all the way down to contractors. You can get drywallers that come in and do a really quick, cheap job, and you're going to get a really quick, cheap job, and they're going to want paid every day, and they're just not the the best guys to work with. So, or you can pay a little bit more, surround yourself with great people, and be successful.
Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing? So you started with a couple of houses, 30 years old. Now you're doing development, and you've got a little development going on right now, don't you?
We do. Just started a 5-house project right on Northern Avenue, right between McCrite and Northern, the Rogers Witten Place block. I built a house last year, and I kind of saw the potential, and the demand is so high, inventory is so low. So I thought, yeah, Springfield can use some good affordable housing, and I think there's a market there. And they're not all home runs, but I'm completely fine with taking singles.
So what kind of roadblocks are you running into? Finding help, or finding jobs, or finding the lack of inventory? Do you think that would be a big roadblock? Or
right now, that's definitely a roadblock. I mean, it's hard to, when you're buying houses 5 years ago or 4 years ago and 3 years ago, to be in a market that's peaked. It might not have peaked. We might be slingshot ahead, but it's hard to change your mindset to say, okay, I was spending 40 or 50 grand on that house at that time, and now the same house that needs the same amount of work and the same amount of investment, now you got to spend 70 or 80 or 90. It's hard to kind of, you're playing, that's a hurdle, because you're playing with different numbers, and to change that mindset to step into the game, that's a hurdle for me anyways.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So what is it that you're looking to do? Like, how can we be of value to you and all of our viewers and listeners that are watching this? Like, people wanted to get involved with you, or if they have some deals, like if they're a wholesaler, if they've got some apartments, like what are you looking for that would be valuable to you?
I mean, you guys in general, you guys are putting yourselves out there, and you're hustling every day. You're on social media. Your web is a lot bigger than mine. So just, we teamed up on a little job about a month ago, and it, little things like that, just growing the web, resources. Maybe I have some resources you guys can use. Maybe you have some that I can use, and just keeping that line of communication open, I think is helps everybody.
Absolutely. Where are you buying at? What area? Springfield, Dayton, Columbus, or?
I really like to stay in Clark County, but if it's the right deal, if it's a larger multifamily, we're branching out right now. We're getting ready to take down a pretty big project up in Toledo, so we're going to start buying in that area. That we're hopefully going to be closing next week, and as long as it's a big enough project, we're open to expanding. Right now in Ohio.
That's fantastic, John.
Yeah.
So what are your projections for 2021 this year through any of your businesses?
So speaking, the carnival industry and the manufacturing industry, I feel like things are starting to loosen up there. People are the bear's coming out of the den and kind of stretching his arms a little bit. I think he's not going to take off on a jog right away. It's going to be a little bit of a slow roll getting going, right. But happening. I feel like the COVID situation, we're all so pent up and ready to just get back out and enjoy our lives a little bit. So
sure, and that's looking like it's on its tail end anyway. So
right, yeah, I feel the same way. On the real estate side, it's exciting right now. I mean, things are happening. There's a lot of people that I feel like have seen other successes that are jumping in the game, which, like I said a little bit ago, this is one business that the more the merrier, and everybody lifts everybody up. And I've got guys calling me that are trying to find deals. I'm calling guys that when I find deals that necessarily I don't want to close. But it's exciting right now. I mean, we've kind of shifted our focus a little bit. We were doing 100% rentals, and then we got to where we had the crews and our rentals were full. So we started doing flips and rehabs, and I was wholesaling some deals also. And now I'm getting back into the mindset of we're in a buy and hold environment right now. For us, we're trying our best to just acquire as many properties as possible that are cash flowing and profitable.
Gotcha. Did you get your property sold there in Terracella yet?
That property is going live maybe today. So it's getting ready to sell. Yeah.
That's awesome. Keep an eye out if you're looking northeast of school district. Great property, cul-de-sac, very nice property, big yard.
North
So,
end of town, great area for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, nice neighborhood. Well, if you could go back before we wrap this up, but if you could go back and you say you were 15, 16, 14 years old, if you can give yourself one piece of advice for the Clay, 35 years old now, what would be that one piece of advice for our viewers?
Buy your first investment property. However you have to do it. There's $5,000 investment properties out there that you can scrounge up, whatever. If you need to, wash cars, walk house to house, wash cars, save up enough money, $5,000. You can buy, you've seen $5,000 houses. You can buy it, go in there, get the thing making money, get it rentable, and just get in the game. I was worried, like I said, I couldn't wrap my head around that initial, $500 a month, or $1,000 a month for the work, but you got a water heater that goes out and that money goes away. Don't worry about that. Jump in, buy your first house, get the thing rented, and just jump in the game.
Right on. It's good advice.
That
right
is
there.
great advice. Yeah.
Tim just got his first property this year, and
Oh, nice. Congrats.
So-
And it made me laugh because we were talking about finding good contractors and stuff. And I actually just had to clean up a leak today. So my contractor wasn't the best. So.
Down?
Huh?
Is it in Springfield?
Yeah, it's in Springfield. Yeah. Yep. It's on the south side. So. That.
We've got running
just-
around all the time. If we can help you at all, let me know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that.
sure, man. Well, anything else you want to add, or any questions? More questions you got, Tim?
No, man. That was
No?
a great conversation.
Good, man. Clay, I really
Hey,
appreciate your time, man. Hopefully this added some value to our viewers. And if you guys have any questions, Clay, how can they reach you if they want to partner up and do some deals? And if they're a wholesaler bringing you a deal, or a realtor or whatever, how can they get a hold of you?
Look me up on Facebook, Clay Chester, and I am me, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good. Well, definitely appreciate your time, brother, man, and enjoy the rest of your time there in Florida.
Hey, thanks, guys. Enjoy the cold.
All right, sounds good. Until next time, guys.
All right,
Have a great
later.
day. Man, that's awesome.